Yeah, I want to ask, and I want you guys to be very, very honest. I want to know what has been the most frustrating thing about working with young professionals? Because I know us, we're trouble, but I want to get it from your perspective. What has been the most frustrating thing about working with young professionals? And I'd like you guys to be as frank as possible. And what advice would you provide for us to stop that nonsense?
Yeah, uh, I don't know if it was something I've picked up. We have a policy of making sure we employ lots of young professionals, provide training and things like that. And I've picked up lots of the professionals that come out fresh from college with a degree have a bit of an air about themselves, saying that, you know what, we are now engineers, and they walk the passage as if, nobody's like them. But it takes them like 6 months to a year before they realize, you know what, everyone else is as good as they are as well. So I've learned that what, give them their space. Maybe I was like that as well. I don't know. So I always find young professionals to be very interesting, because I want people to come up with new ideas and tell me how they would like things done. I'm open to that, and because that's what the world is all about. It's about opening up to new ideas, understanding how different people think, and how the young generation wants things to work for them. Because it's your world after this, and we can provide some guidance for you to make sure you perfect what you want. But yeah, my opinion on youngsters is, bring them on. I want them, and I need them as much as you all may need us. So I'm happy to have them around.
Look, I think I was once a technician, from school, and I think one of the things that got to me the most, especially with the young coming generation technicians, there's just too much theory, in their mind, and when you have been in practice for years, you only realize when you have gotten enough experience that everything you read in the book was necessarily just to guide you to think beyond that. And I've gotten in a lot of trouble with some of the young technicians who came from school, from the university, when you tell them that, you know what, yes, you read about this from the lecture, this is how you've done it, but it's on the ground, things are different. It's not that simple design, that you would have done, in a more conceptual level in your mind, but on the ground things are different. It's not a description. You pick up data yourself. So allow us to walk you through on how it's done. Forget about the book. You will go back to the book, but you realize that, hey, these young champs, they like the book.
Yeah.
And so my advice is, learn as much as you can from these older guys. They might not go to the book directly because they've done it several times. They know some of the things that even the book might not cover, because a book cannot cover everything. So my advice is you need to pick up lessons from that. You can then align it to whatever book you might have read. But so that's what I found the most challenging. And I was once like that as well, because I always wanted to refer to the red book and to this and that. So when somebody told me things, I'm like, no. And I became arrogant. And that's when I realized that you can't learn from that. So you cool down. I mean, there's no way in which you cannot be older, and there's no way in which the older guys cannot leave the system. So if you understand that, you will understand that, let me get bored for the next 2-3 years, but there's going to be a chance where I'll be a much more senior person than where I am now. Like what Refilwe has mentioned, just enjoy it, and you'll do some of the stupid things, you can ever think of, but don't show the animosity. Learn, be submissive, learn as much as you can, win the trust. And when you win the trust, some of these older guys, they end up opening up the shelves that they would not have even open for anyone. And that's how you can learn. So just allow them. Yeah.